Well, welcome back, everybody, to another CVAL game, because Saturday was supposed to be, as you all know, a CVAL game, but it actually got advanced to today just because of Valentine's Day. We want everyone to be able to go out and, celebrate that holiday. So I'm Fly, along with my co-caster, Sarugi.
Yeah, and today is shaping up to be pretty exciting. Things are a little bit scuffed, but we threw this together. We're gonna have a good day, and let's just go ahead and take a look at the map bans because they're very exciting for any longtime viewers.
Yeah, as you all know, we only play really like the four maps of Corrode, Haven, Pearl, and then we get bind every now and again. But as you can see on your screen right now, we have Breeze as a selected map for Augustana.
I'm so excited.
And we were just talking about this on Monday, that we never play Breeze. Breeze just sits there, and the team was even talking about needing to like want to call Breeze, and they want to get better at Breeze. And now we're finally seeing Breeze already this early.
I'm so incredibly excited. I have always been a Breeze defender. It's not the best map by any means. I won't go that far, but I've always liked Breeze a lot, especially with the new changes. And I've been really excited to see this Purdue squad play it, especially since VCT has started and we started to see some of those teams play it. And so I've been really excited to see what Purdue has been cooking up. And it's just kind of been our permaban for like 5 weeks, so we haven't got the opportunity to do that. But finally, we're going to see this Breeze.
Yeah, it feels like most of the time we always pick it as like our second ban, but this time it slipped through the cracks, and it's Augustana who apparently are comfortable with this new Breeze, because I think that's a big reason why a lot of teams don't end up picking Breeze, is because they just changed it. It's not a drastic change. There is that like new whole middle area, and mid is a really confusing place to call, especially if you're new to Breeze or if you don't play Breeze a lot. But I'm really excited because we only see it in VCT. We only see it at like the top of the top. And now to get a chance to see these two teams clash on it, guaranteed, because
Absolutely.
It's game 2 instead of game 3. So we're guaranteed to see Breeze. We might see a bind map. It's just really exciting.
Absolutely. I'm so incredibly excited again. But taking a look at these agent picks for map 1 of Haven, Purdue Gold, I believe these are flipped.
Yeah, I want to say they're definitely flipped, because you can see the Purdue Gold players.
The Purdue Gold
on the Augustana
that
side.
Usual comp.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, over on Augustana College, gonna be seeing a bit of a weird comp. Looks to be maybe some comfort picks. The Chamber I'm interested in. I'm a big Chamber defender, especially in this meta. Sage is also very interesting. The Sova, maybe a Waylay. Yeah. Not quite sure yet.
Yeah, only
Sova
one
is going to be locked in. That makes
locked.
sense.
Yeah. So they've only locked the Sova as of right now. As for Purdue, they've already locked both Neon and Omen. But I am very intrigued with the fact that they're staying on the Sage and the Jet, because normally Jet has been severely overshadowed by Waylay, who's kind of the same but has a lot more survivability, or like self-sufficiency, as in you can get in and then get back out really easily. As Jet, you only have one dash, right? And once you use that dash, you can like cloud burst yourself, but then you're just kind of stuck there. So it's interesting that they're picking these two agents specifically.
Yeah, the Waylay has pretty much dominated the Jet, even in pro play, but the Jet we have seen a few times in VCT, especially as like a comfort pick for some of these players. And so if that's what it is for, assuming it's Nut, that's going to be perfect for him. But meanwhile, the rest of that Augustana College team, locking in the Chamber and the Yoru, it looks to be pretty exciting. Not really a traditional Sentinel on that team, and so I'm really excited to get right into it.
Yeah, especially since we know Yoru has been a problem with an operator on Haven for this Purdue roster. On Monday, they just completely snowballed the game so hard that Yoru never got the chance to buy an operator, which was great for them. But now we have a guaranteed operator that's going to be showing up this time in the hands of Chamber in his Tour de Force. I wonder if they're going to double op. I don't expect them to be double opping. They might just give Chamber the op every single round once they end up getting it. But we know the op's a problem, so it'll be interesting to see if the Purdue squad has ways to work around the operator.
Yeah, but it does look like we should be getting right into it in just a few seconds.
Yeah, and we can see already a little spray for good luck, as I believe it's Purdue who will be starting on defense. The UI is swapped for everyone just to be aware of, as Augustana is actually red right now, as already some shots are going out as the attackers start making their way into B. They're already going to get the spike down. And Celery is just going to tuck out, as Purdue are just going to group up and get ready to re-hit the site. as Allure is looking to take first contact. You are on a Sentinel, so you don't really have a lot of ways to get into the site, as Allure already going to get the first kill onto Nut. Going to try and get the kill onto Quicks, as he already does. Zekrom is going to fall to Lune, but Hope wanting to get aggressive here as Celery. You're going to take down Hope. And then also Allure, left in a 3 versus 2 as the spike still needs to be defused. Swings are coming out from Celery. Echo's going to be able to trade out. Is going to get Zuri, but Lune is going to finish it off. So that is going to be round 1.
Just isn't quite enough there in the end for Echo. A wonderfully well fought by Purdue, though. Augustana was really just able to get right into that B site pretty immediately. Purdue wasn't really looking to fortify it heavily, especially on a defense pistol round. But honestly, Purdue, their retake looked to be pretty good. It just didn't quite end up pulling through.
Yeah, that time, it's just Augustana just were able to just kind of walk out onto B. I don't think they had really the util. This time you're going to see that KJ turret. I believe they had the KJ turret in the first round, but it just wasn't enough to stop them. They just full forced into B, and now they're going to have these rifles to push back Purdue as they look to hit the A site this time around. As Echo already going to take a lot of flak and has to back off. So look. So lethal, they're just going to push all the way in. Echo wants to get a side smoke down, give his team a little bit of breathing room, but the spike is already getting planted, and with these tight of an angle, with all these SMGs, Lune is already going to get Kraken from heaven with that headhunter as Hope right-clicks the jet, which is going to get taken down by Echo. The Zekrom also picking up a kill of his own as Quicks, and just to find a trade, and Lune picking up one of his own. That's going to leave, again, a 3 versus 2 in favor of Augustana, as Zekrom picking up 2 with the picked up Spectre, as Allure just not able to land the final kill.
Yeah, Purdue almost being able to pull through there despite not having any of those weapons going into that first round. But Augustana just really with those weapon advantages, making the fullest of it. But Allure and Zekrom were able to make it quite competitive at the end there. And so Augustana's economy isn't going to be the greatest going into this third round, which is supposed to be their bonus.
Yeah, Purdue, they're gonna buy a little bit of Sheriffs. We like the Sheriff here. We think the Sheriff is a really good gun on these kind of like force up rounds when you don't really have a lot in the tank. But I'm sorry, the UI is throwing me off just as much as it's throwing you guys off probably. Going into the bonus round for Augustana, they have a couple of Sheriffs, and they still have these SMGs. But Purdue now having rifles. They should have a relatively easy round on their hands as Hope's already going to take down Quicks.
You know, we're going to see Celery and Nut get pushed back quite a bit by this KJ util, but Celery sprays through anyway.
It's also interesting because we never see the Spectre. It's always Stingers. It's always Sheriffs. It's interesting to see that Augustana, they like the Spectre. They're bringing multiple of these into these rounds, and I mean, it's working so far.
Yeah, it's an interesting pick. I believe it was like maybe 2 or 3 patches ago, the Spectre received a little bit of a buff, and so if they're able to make it work, they might as well.
Yeah, and they're already going to get the plant down once more. As Purdue, again, has to play retake, but with these rifles going into a site as closely packed as A, it gives these SMGs a little bit of an edge on what would be a pretty easy winnable round. Oh, it's Hope. Has a feeling and is going to get the first kill of the round as Zuri is going to trade Zekrom and Kraken picking up kills of their own. In the end, it's left a very close 1v1 for Echo. But he is able to land that kill with that better rifle.
And that'll be the first round on the board for Purdue.
But now without a big hit to their economy. I mean, that's what we can assume is 4 rifles bought up, down, and now a little bit of like a half buy coming in for the rest of the players as Augustana is able to buy full loadouts this round.
Yeah, Augustana sort of taking a step back there after losing 4 other players in that second round. And so they're really just looking to make everything count on this 4th round. And Purdue, meanwhile, is practically broke, especially if they lose this round. This really is the break the bank round for both of these teams here.
Yeah. You see Allure has a little bit left in his pockets, but Kraken is 0 credits. So they're going to want to try and take as many of these rifles into the next round as they can if they can. Oh, because this round is Hope. On a great timing, is able to pick up Chamber and is going to spot the spike still stuck in the spawn.
Opts to pull back though, not wanting to get too over aggressive. As these Augustana players just use this quick smoke. Quicks is gonna find Echo in mid. Not the best play.
Yeah, and they've reclaimed that spike down. They're going to rotate it over towards Garage. I mean, the information to know that Augustana are just kind of like defaulting around the map. They're not trying to really decide on a site just yet. It was good enough information, but it's just Echo being caught out on that push-up from Augustana as Allure sees the jet on the site, but just doesn't pull the trigger. The discipline might have been too much there. Zekrom's going to get one, but not before falling. As Kraken and Hope are left in a 2v3 that looked to be equalized a lot earlier. As Kraken gonna swing down long. That's definitely a real Yoru. And he might pick up the second, but he's not quite able to land the shot as Zuri and Nut are gonna close out the round, making it 3-1 for Augustana.
And yeah, Purdue looks to have a really great start to that round, especially with Hope finding the kill onto Lune pretty easily and then locating exactly where the spike is. But it really was just their hesitance to over-aggress that I think lost them the round there. Hope didn't even bother to hold this space. It's fine if you don't want to keep going in further and further, but you've got to at least hold that space. You know exactly where the spike is. You've got to at least do something about it.
Yeah, and once you have the information that, hey, Augustana, they're not trying to aggress into any site right now, they're just trying to feel out the map and find where defenders are, that should give you the all clear to kind of back up, to not play these aggressive angles, because Echo kind of got caught out there after they knew where the spike was. As the Hunter's Fury is already going to be ripped from Kraken, he's going to tag up his own teammate. Actually, he only hit his teammates, as Zekrom and Echo were both tagged by an allied Hunter's Fury. No enemies. As Quicks, again, is so deep up B main. I think he saw Kraken walk away there, too. But Echo is right on the other side of this wall.
Does have just a classic, so in the arms race, Quicks should be able to win it out.
Yeah, but I like this idea from Augustana. Having this Blade Storm and a shorty in your back pocket could make for a really lethal jet. And she's already on the site. And the Knives are not able to find a kill just yet, as just like that, the overdrive is shut down as Quicks, Zuri, and Allure all able to find kills of their own. But that's going to make it a 4 versus 2 for Purdue. And now they have to play retake once again with very weak weapons.
Absolutely. It's not looking good at all for Purdue here. They really just waited a bit too long to aggress this double hold from Augustana.
And this shorty is going to just shut down that push from Allure as it tries to go out again, but Zekrom is just waiting with that stinger. So he's going to be able to find two and reclaim a Vandal, but I don't know how much deeper you really want to go here. There's still 2 players left with guns of their own, and yeah, that's going to be the end of him.
And that'll be a 4th on the board for Augustana. Purdue needs to make a change. They need to make it quickly. They're really just... It feels like they're not woken up quite just yet. You know, that really happens a lot with this Purdue team. They take usually a map or so to usually wake up, but you can't really let that happen here. You're going on to Breeze in map 2, a map that you historically have not played because you don't feel comfortable on it. And the other team obviously does because they're picking it into you.
Yeah, when you're on your map pick and you're kind of still like shaking off the dust, it's not a great look coming into this, but Hope could change that as the Dimensional Drift is going to spot him out. At Echo finds a very critical early pick, but Nut's going to be able to pick up the trade using his Yoru's Dimensional Drift. And Quicks is just gone to the other side, the TP towards C, but he does have a Bucky. But he's going to be able to reclaim Hope's rifle. So now 4 rifles are staring down A as Kraken able to pick up a kill. Nut again with an equalizer. So 3 versus 3. The spike is again going down on this A site.
And Kraken with the wraparound could be lethal.
Well, I say the spike's going down, but the spike has yet to go down.
Yeah.
As Kraken on a great rotate out, able to pick up another kill from A long.
And so these Augustana players are being crunched. They need to take the fight to Purdue here. Otherwise, they're just going to hunt it down as they plant the spike as Quick is able to find Allure.
Oh, Zekrom has to turn the flash, and that just throws off his crosshair just enough. Just Quick to get the kill, and they're just going to rotate fast over to C, knowing that Kraken was A main in the last kill that he got. He is going to race them over there, but I don't think it's going to be there quite in time, as Augustana are just going to take their positions in CT and just kind of wait for him to tap the spike. They really don't have to get aggressive here. They have no idea where he is, so there's no point of sitting on the site where there's so many angles that he could come from. Celery. This is such an off angle, and it's gonna catch him.
I mean, yeah, you're just never thinking to clear that in that scenario.
Just crouched on the opposite side of the window.
Yeah, you think obviously you've got to clear that left side, but I don't know
a
a single
post plant.
person that's thinking about clearing the ride on a post plant.
They're like, they just planted C. It's in backside. Surely they're gonna be in CT, which, I mean, Quicks was, but who just sits on the right side of garage window in a CT post plant?
Especially when you've got that Yoru gate crash there as well. But we are going to be going into a Purdue tactical timeout, something that I think is really needed. They're 5-1 down currently at the halfway point of the first half in their own map pick. So they've got to really make these changes and make them quickly if they have any hope of trying to come out on top here.
Yeah, I want to kind of talk about what are their ways back into this map, because right now I don't think anything is going to come out of this round. It looks like they could afford some half buys if they wanted to, but I think that whatever changes are coming out right now, I think we're going to see them in the next round. So I want to hear your take on what is Purdue's way to get back at Augustana and start the snowball in the opposite direction.
I mean, I think right now they're just losing too many of these first picks too consistently, especially ones that they really just don't have to lose. They really don't even have to take those fights, but they're doing so anyway. I think really what they've got to do is they've got to either be super aggressive at taking this space, or they've got to just let Augustana come to them, sort of play a default of their own and just chill, just be like, okay, we're going to let them come to us, but we're going to get this first round. And they're going quite aggressive right off the bat.
Yeah, 3-man peek, both sides of the door and on the boxes, trying to shut down the early B aggression, and it has worked. But that's just giving the all clear for Augustana to push all the way up to C, knowing that most of the players were on B, and if they're hard fighting that, there's no way there can be that many people on C. And they're going to get the plant down within the first 30 seconds of the round.
But I mean, no first.
Oh, Hope. Just not able to land the shots. Nut's going to take down Kraken. Zekrom, though, can reclaim one of these rifles. It's Nut on a very weird angle on top of the boxes. He's going to take down Allure, but the Tour de Force is online and down C long. Zekrom
Able to find 3.
might be the hero that they need, as he's already taken down the Tour de Force, taken down 3 of these players, has 2 more to go through, but has dwindled in HP. As a peek from Quicks is all it'll take.
And you know, usually what we see in these Purdue games is usually in this first map when they're not quite woken up yet, what really seems to shake them awake is an individual play, just winning the round miraculously. And that was really the round that we needed it from Zekrom, but that's not quite going to happen. So we're going to see this Purdue mental dip even further. They're going to start making riskier decisions, just trying to come up with anything to get them another round.
Yeah, but this is where hopefully we can see the changes that were implemented in the timeout. They have the rifles. They don't have full armor, but they have enough armor to where they can implement whatever strategy that they were talking about on the timeout. And hopefully this could be the turning point for that Purdue need.
Absolutely.
As Zekrom is going to see this aggression come in, but there's a lot of Util on the site, as he's already gotten 1. He's been so good at holding the sites before. Can he do it again as Nut jumps with the Bucky, but Echo is there to pick up the trade. Allure's here as well, but shots are not landing. Trades back and forth, and Purdue walk out with a man advantage. A 3 versus 2. Spike is down in the corner of C site, but Lune is walking up B. The alarm bot is down, but Kraken is aware of this, as Hope with an operator is able to secure the second round for Purdue.
And that was exactly what Purdue was looking for coming out of that timeout. Going back now, I can see it clear as day. They were looking to get Hope that operator. That's exactly what they needed, really. And so they're going to be able to just stick Hope on this A-long line and just really hold it without contention. Augustana's going to try to go there, maybe throw a flash or two to try and get him off the angle, but they're also going to have support from Kraken as well.
Yeah, it seems like Augustana kind of know, hey, we know there's an op in play now. We know where this op is going to go. Let's just try and shut down the op early so we don't have to deal with it in the future. But you can already see the smoke coming up. But that is going to give hope. I believe that shot tagged. It did.
Yeah.
The shot tags Quicks through the wall. So his HP is going to be 2 shot to a Vandal. As Hope on a different line this time just barely misses Zuri as he backs off. Oh, spray coming out. Hope is
left on
dangerously
11
low.
HP.
Augustana slowly walking up. He spots Kraken. That's going to be the first man down. Hope stuck on site with an op. Is going to see Nut, but has no way to really land the shot. There's too much pressure coming in as the defender lockdown is dropped to push Augustana back for just a little bit of time. Give Purdue some breathing room.
And if we look at the Augustana players just now coming down A-Long, this spike is just now making its way.
Oh, they're aware of this lurk. Allure. Oh, just wasn't aware. Wasn't prepared for him to swing like that. But Zekrom surely gets the backstab here.
30 seconds left.
Lune being so patient. Just acting as a question mark that Purdue need to clear. But he lands the kill on a Zekrom. Hope's able to pick him up in the end, but now it's a 2 versus 4, and surely you have to save this operator.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. But we're going to see Echo sort of stick around, try to get any kills that he's going to be able to find. But in this situation, it's not looking like it's going to be too many.
Yeah, it looks like he's just trying to feel and just wait for some aggression. Augustana know that the op is still alive. So he's hoping that they play their hand too early, come out, try and find this operator, and he can pick them off. But it looks like Augustana are just going to play patiently on site. They're just going to rotate through their site, or through their spawn. And they know it's safe. And it's just going to be another clean round. What looked to be a lot closer for Purdue. But Lune just holding so much space there on B.
Absolutely. Lune has been really good with these lurks, usually finding at least one. But there he's able to find 2. And so that really just takes the wins out of Purdue sales. They're not really able to make anything else even come close to happening.
And Kraken is back to having Hunter's Fury. And Zekrom, I believe, still has the Viper's Pit. We haven't seen it been popped just yet.
Yeah, certainly with 11-9, you've got to have that by now, but it's really just a question of where you want to use it. Purdue on a bit of a half buy here, and so they're going to want to try and make something happen pretty quickly. Hope's able
the toe
to
shot
find
from
Zuri.
Hope. Somehow kills one, but that's the operator down as Quicks picks up the trade, but Kraken might be able to reclaim this operator as Echo pushed so far up. He's going to get traded out, but not before taking down the other duelist. Now, Augustana have no way to get onto the site, but that pick is going to give them so much map space.
And it's just down to Kraken and Zekrom against Celery and Lune, but these player positions could not honestly be more strange, as Kraken's going to trip the chamber bot. That spike is going to get planted maybe on B? On B.
Yeah, they're going to plant it on the back this time so they can
planted.
hold tighter angles. I think just an overstep from Allure. Wants to get that refrag for Echo, but you had the numbers advantage. You had the space. And now, a 2 versus 2 retake for Purdue as Celery and Lune are both holding the same angle, but Purdue have no idea that this is even happening.
Zekrom
They
does
have to
have the
clear off
Viper's Pit
everything.
and chooses to use it. Is not
There
going to
goes
get
the
half
pole.
quite just yet.
Kraken sees the trip and breaks it. Sees Celery. Oh, the shot's got to land, and they got to land now.
And Zekrom is able to find the defuse, bringing Purdue to a 3rd round to Augustana's 7. A 7-5 half wouldn't be horrible going onto the attack half, but certainly isn't looking pretty.
I thought Kraken might have had to turn his DPI up there for a second as what looked to be a creaking door trying to turn to take down Lune, but it got him in the end. Luckily, Zekrom was able to get the spike to half. So,
But that is, I believe, the operator out of Purdue's hands. I don't think Kraken was able to
no, he
recover.
was not. Hope might have enough money to buy a second one, just because the fact that he saved it throughout the first round, that he had it, but I don't think he did. It looks to be just another full rifle round for Purdue is. Again, they're looking to hit this A site. As Echo and Kraken both find very early picks.
And
As I
Kraken's
say
gonna
that,
find a second.
that's just the whole push stopped.
And now it's a 2v5 for Purdue. Hopes on this back angle. Lune and Celery are going to try and rotate through their own spawn, most likely, but in the midst of a double hold by Hope and Zekrom, there's not much you can really do.
Yeah, this is beautiful positioning from Purdue. They have Augustana bottlenecked in this position. They don't even need to move from these spots. Just hold them here, prevent them from rotating out. They have to go A. If they try to push out, like you said, this crossfire is so scary. Celery able to avoid the first crossfire, but Zekrom is here. The relay bolt lands.
And that is a flawless round for Purdue. Exactly what they needed to get their heads back in the game.
And while it's not enough, the snowball was too great for Augustana that they were able to buy rifles here on the last round. That was what we're looking for. The start of the fire up. The dust is finally off of them. They're heating up. They're landing shots, and we know they're shooters, right? It just takes them some time to warm up, to get their head in the game, and now the numbers are starting to go back towards Purdue's favor, and hopefully they can just keep that for the rest of the map.
Absolutely. Purdue is, for the first time in this map so far, looking competitive, which is really what we want to see.
The Dimensional Drift, though.
And the Recon Bolt. And the Hunter's Fury. And a Judge.
Hunter's Fury is ripped from both sides as Echo, from the shadows, did they just not hear it? They're sprinting to A, but the spike is still stuck in the spawn. Lune has to pick this up. It's going to be a delayed A hit, and that's going to give Purdue time to send their rotates over. They're not going to be able to get back out onto the site, but Allure's here. Kraken is in heaven. Shock darts at the ready. They don't land, but Allure, a great flick from him. One shock dart is able to land onto Celery. And then the Vandal shots as well. As Quix looks to swing out, he's going to get tagged. The Paranoia, I believe, lands. But Quix has just been so good with the aim. Echo, though. Oh my gosh!
An insane flick from Echo to clinch the round out. That'll be 7-5 for Purdue at the half. And what was that?
Just a flick from Allure to kill, I believe it was Nut in Hell. And then, I don't even know how Echo did that. Just great shots from the Purdue squad, and that's going to bring them to that 7-5 half that we were hoping that they could pull off.
Again, Purdue, they have these shooters. It's really just a matter or not of whether they can wake up in time or not.
And you can already see the stat lines for Purdue start to work their way back to positives. And that's something we've been crediting Purdue so often, and we saw it a lot. We saw it through the entirety of the Monday series, is there's not one person on Purdue that is miles above the rest of them. You can see their stat lines right now. They're all shooters. They can all put up numbers, and when you need them, they all have the clutch potential to win these rounds.
Absolutely, and especially on a defense half where you don't really have a proper sentinel, Augustana is really going to have a tough time dealing with these faster Purdue execs.
Oh, but Echo and Hope have pushed so far deep with this lurk wall, but Celery is there. He's going to be able to pick up 2, and that's going to equalize the numbers. But Purdue should have this site for free, but are they aware of the Sova backstabbing? Oh, Lore. Whoa, okay.
Oh, thank God.
The shots.
It was a bit concerning. It was a bit... Nobody's going to lie. That was concerning, but he was able to find it in the end.
The jump spot almost gets him killed. As Quix is already here. Lune with the headhunter. Oh, the Paranoia, though, is spot on. The shots, though, not landing. As Lune is able to walk further out onto the site. But the crossfire is too strong.
Able to make it happen. A few mishaps there for the Purdue squad, but Nothing they couldn't handle.
They do come out with the pistol. 3 players still alive. Looked a little sketchy as Zuri was able to turn around, and if he was able to land the shot onto Allure, that could have been problematic. And then, again, the paranoia lands perfectly, and Echo just whiffs a couple of shots there, but it's fine. None of them die. All 3 of them walk away, and now
Never punished. Never
Kraken
punished.
gets his Ares and full armor. He loves it now. I don't know where it came from. He's just decided to embrace LMGs. As this time, Augustana want to get aggressive, and it's going to be punished severely. Allure and Echo being the ones to do it, as Hope is just going to keep walking him down. Allure. Another shot with the Sheriff. He may have missed in the first round, but he's not missing in this one as Kraken with that Ares is going to land the final kill.
And such a dominant opening to the second half for Purdue. Already tying it up. I don't want to speak too out of line, but they might be able to pull off this bonus as well. Just going off of how wonderfully those last 2 rounds went.
Yeah, Augustana, I don't think they bought anything, so they are going to be able to afford these heavier rifles. And more importantly, I'm already seeing the Outlaw bot for Nut.
It is a bit concerning.
He knows that they're on the bonus and that anyone with light shields, because 4 players lived that round instead of just the 3. So he knows that there's at least a couple of people like Allure who don't have 50 shield and that he can just be one-tapped by this Outlaw. But Hope getting so aggressive on that recon. This death ball of Purdue is not going to hand over any of these weapons to Augustana, as they've already taken the C-side. Echo, great shots with the Bulldog. Allure with the Phantom.
Outlaw still is in play for both teams even, so not quite out of the woods yet, but a 5v2. Purdue look invincible.
Whoa, Lune, though,
But
has the timing. And that's going to be the first down for Purdue. Nut is in a really tough spot. The Outlaw finding him. Lune is able to pick up the second. But there's still 3 players of Purdue. They're going to reclaim some heavier weaponry. Full armor, so the Outlaw doesn't kill him, but there's not enough time left in the spike, and Hope just a little peek back over to end the round.
and that'll be for the first time this game, Purdue taking the lead.
And I don't know what happened, but from one round to the other, they have come alive, every single one of these players.
Absolutely. They have 6 in a row currently.
And it forces Augustana onto a timeout in what looked to be an Augustana heavily dominated first half, completely turned on its head. And now the numbers swing in Purdue's favor.
Absolutely. Augustana here, they're not broke, but they're not rich by any means. They're maybe going to be able to afford a half buy. So, again, it's probably like Purdue's tactical timeout last half. They're probably looking to plot something up for maybe a future round, maybe build some ults gradually, maybe buy an operator, which Purdue famously not amazing against.
Half of these agents with an operator I'm a little concerned about, because Jet, Yoru, Chamber, and the fact that you have 3 people on this team that can use an operator effectively, that puts even more question marks on Purdue that Purdue have to deal with, because it's not just, oh, where's the operator? It's now who has the operator. And if you pick wrong, you're going to be punished heavily for it.
Absolutely. And so Purdue really just need to, not quite this round, but maybe the next, maybe the round after, they need to start playing a little bit slower than they have been so far. They need to shift up their tempo just a little bit. And so we're going to see a pretty early confrontation on this C side.
Oh, Quicks look to take some space there, but an Owl Drone normally signs danger, and he's just going to get out before anything can happen. More importantly, Augustana are playing much more passively. They've been looking to get aggressive in the first 3 rounds, and they've been kneecapped. Best way to put it. They have just died every time they've tried to get aggressive. So now they're holding back with these weaker weapons. Kraken has enough money now to afford the bigger LMG, the better LMG, and he is now officially evolved into Brockenstar as they go to hit a site with this very squishy box. And that jump peak is going to signal Kraken to start unloading his Hope, has taken the site, and has taken a kill. Zekrom, headshot onto Celery. Even if he had armor, he is definitely dead from that. As Echo, a great lurk, picks up another, but Nut can kill Hope here, but the flick is just too lethal. And that's going to be a 5 versus 1 for Quicks, who only has half armor and a sheriff. As Kraken and Hope go hunting. Hope?
Surely.
I mean, they know where he is now. Kraken...
It is 3 people rushing at him now, so able to find one more, but
The lineup looked a little concerning there for a second. They did stack directly on top of each other, but Zekrom was able to land the kill and walking away with 3 bodies still. As oh,
yeah. We did mention the possibility of this. That is indeed an operator.
Out of all of the people, we can only see 2 of the loadouts on Augustana's side, and
Surely it's only one.
it
Surely.
has to be.
Surely.
Actually, we can see there is only one.
There's a tour de force though, isn't there?
Oh, he's already used it. I believe he's already used it. So he...
Zekrom, though, just gonna find Zuri for pretty much free.
Oh, but Nut is aware of this lurk wall. He is holding it, but how does he not find Zekrom there? Zekrom is going to go back for seconds.
Lune, Hope, and the Lure are pretty aware that Lune is looking to hold this spot.
Echo, too. Although, I feel like you want to check that before you swing it. He's in, he's out, with a kill, as there's the operator. It finds the first, as Hope is able to find the equalizer. Able to barely get out with the slide.
So it's left in a 3v3 after the first fight settles.
Crucially, the op is not here. So Purdue are going to have the whole site. The Viper Orb is down. Quicks does not want to walk through that. I can't blame him. But now the operator is finally here. But they're going to invest the lockdown. They want to get this op out now. But it does find Allure.
One enemy remaining.
And Quicks finds Zekrom. They're going to be able to tuck out of this lockdown. Hope's going to be able to pick up Quicks and pop the overdrive. I don't like the look of this operator, but if Hope can be fast enough, if Hope can just be faster than it, Hope's able to find it.
Almost got him out of here.
And that's the operator gone. That's the whole economy of Augustana.
That is
out the window.
Entire timeout plan gone.
Go, go.
If you can't kill the op, just be faster than it. He tried to pull out the short, he tried to get aggressive, and Hope was just outranged. He just outranged him. 4 kills on the round for Hope. The lockdown, able to tag Quicks, so that's a question mark completely gone. He only had to worry about one angle, and he got the kill through the smoke with the overdrive onto the wrong person.
I'm out of here.
Absolutely beautiful there from Hope. But Purdue is going to have to contend with an op of sorts as the tour de force does get ripped by Lune. And this gate crash is going to locate everyone.
Oh,
And it's going to be a
barely.
1v1.
I do not like this angle with this Bucky. They have the tour de force on C. They have 3 players on A. But if Purdue can feel this out enough, they'll be able to have the B site for free and then have better weaponry to fight back. All they need to do is get rid of this chamber once this spike is planted, and that's exactly what they're going to do. The free B site is taken as Zekrom is going to have a confrontation with 2 players. The first shot's going to land. Nut still has a Bucky. Zekrom might be punished here for it. But the turret's going to spot out the flanker as Allure just barely misses the tour de force, but that's 2 shots gone. That's 3 shots gone. But Celery with a stinger. Able to pick up 1, but the equalizing kill goes out. The Outlaw, though. A stab in the back is Hope. Has to deal with 2 snipers. The shots land. It's 1 HP on both of these players. A shot with either of these weapons. Oh, the shorty. I didn't know he had a shorty in his back pocket. Oh my!
He's able to find it.
Try that again.
Slides right under his ankles. And another 4-piece for Hope is going to bring Purdue to 11.
Hope. The hope of Purdue right now.
That was such a stressful round. for absolutely no reason.
And that brings Purdue to, I believe, 8 in a row now, maybe 9.
That's 9 in a row for Purdue.
Augustana is just absolutely lost. They're gonna have the Blade Storm, so they're gonna invest that here, but
Oh. I thought Hope maybe had landed the kill there, but it was Quicks who killed Kraken. But because he teleported out, Hope's gonna take all that space as the lore wins the 1v1 against the Blade Storm.
not there, just looking a bit nervous.
As Quicks was tagged, he just wasn't tagged in the head. So he's gonna lose a little bit of HP, but Zekrom has the Viper's Pit. And once this Owl Drone is gone, and the Yoru's gone too, what are you gonna do with this Viper's Pit? There's no intel remaining as Echo in an amazing spot is gonna pick up 2 kills.
And he's gonna paranoia just off the cuff perfectly, and Hope finalizes the round, bringing Purdue to map point.
A 10 round in a row comeback for Purdue. When they come alive, they come out swinging. That's going to force Augusta on their second time out. They have just put like everything in this fight, and look at the scoreline. Purdue, it's backwards. If anyone here is tuning in, I apologize. The scoreboards are backwards. Augustana is on the left, so we're talking about the right side scoreboard. That is Purdue. Hope is at 20 and 11. Echo is at 19. Zekrom is at 19. Allure and Kraken, they're not as high as the 19 and 20, but they're still not doing bad. They're still in double-digit kills.
Yeah, and so Augustana, they've really got to make pretty much anything happen here. For all we know, they could be in this timeout talking about Breeze. They could be like, okay, we've lost this map. Let's just focus on our map pick. But even then, consigning yourself to failure.
11 rounds? That would be 11 rounds in a row for Purdue, taking us to Breeze. That is a turnaround of the century.
Even on your map pick, Purdue is still going to be feeling so high from this. They're going to have their mental so high. They're still going to have this mental snowball, even if they won't have the economic one. But Purdue's got to get there first.
Yeah, and that'll be huge for something like Breeze, because even if you're not really experienced on the map, if you just have confidence and confidence in your ability to win gunfights, sometimes that's all you need. We've seen it in VCT. If you know Envy, you know that confidence is pretty much their thing, and they're able to win because of that. But Nut is on the line, but Echo is aware of it. He's gonna put down a smoke. He's gonna push the Jet back, but Quicks, Allure, he's so aware of this happening, but just not able to land the shots. As
That's the spike down as well. Purdue need to spend quite a bit re-clearing this and picking it up.
oh, the jump peek.
Take flight.
The Jet's gonna get one of her kneecap shot. That's gonna put her in range to be one shot by this Outlaw that I believe Zekrom still has. No, Zekrom has picked up the rifle from Allure. So no Outlaw in play, but Quicks is on a backstab here. If none of these players turn around, this could be deadly. Luckily, they're able to get around the corner just in time. Surely someone has to be aware of this backstab coming in, and it's Echo. Echo who's going to be the one who's going to be aware of this happening. And another amazing flick! A 4 versus 2! Kraken's just going to let the Hunter's Fury rip into heaven as Zekrom able to land the kill, and the Hunter's Fury is going to close out map 1 in an 11-round comeback.
Absolutely beautiful there from Purdue.
I have
I
no
don't
words.
even remember what it was that made them wake up, but them finally waking up, they were unstoppable.
Yeah, what looked like it was a really rough match. They looked pretty rusty, and I mean, I get it, right? This match was supposed to be played on Saturday, and all of a sudden, now you have to play it on Thursday, and we're going into a series where you have to play on Breeze and Bind, 2 maps that
You're not necessarily the most proven at yet.
But being able, and especially when you're down on your map pick, that's very concerning for you as a team, because when you are down on your map pick, the map that you are comfortable on, going into 2 more maps that you're not comfortable on, that's a big mental hit. But coming back on an 11-round win streak, having the confidence to do that, now you're going to be able to hold that confidence, bring it into the next map where, sure, you're not experienced in it, but these players have played Breeze before. They might not have played it in a professional setting like this, but they're going to have the confidence to take these duels, and we know they're shooters. They just proved it again that they're shooters.
Absolutely. I mean, Breeze is a very shooter-heavy map. You're obviously going to need some calls here and there and produce not necessarily the most practice at it. That's something they've talked about to us behind the scenes. But if they're able to just come online like they were in this first map, they might just be able to take it as a swift 2-0.
Yeah, and they even have the team comp to do it. We know Zekrom loves to play Viper. Viper is arguably the best controller besides maybe Harbor. And
I mean, she's effectively a must-have on Breeze.
yeah, and like we know that they have the team comp. They already have the team comp, right? It's just they have to execute it properly. And who knows, man? Like
This is uncharted territory.
They
for
could
us.
absolutely pop off on Breeze. This could be their new map, for all we know. This could be their new map. So hopefully it ends up being their new map. Hopefully we see an exciting second map as we head to Breeze right after a short break. Well, welcome back, everybody, to what was coming off of. If you missed it, you missed probably one of the craziest games we've ever gotten the chance to see as Purdue come back from a 7-2.
I believe it was 7-2, and then they won.
They won 11 rounds in a row. Yeah, so an amazing game from Purdue. They came alive very, very quickly and very aggressively. They were just able to completely steamroll the rest of the game. And now we're heading on into very uncharted territory for this Purdue squad.
If you thought last map was exciting, this is something we haven't even seen at all from Purdue. The Breeze is completely uncharted territory. It's very exciting. I'm very excited to see what they have, what they're able to do with maybe some of the map changes, maybe play a little bit differently. But Purdue has been sort of behind the scenes, sort of been down on this Breeze. They haven't really been confident with the calling on it. So what do you think that they really just need to rely on going into this second map, which is especially prevalent since it's Augustana's pick?
I think that they have already. We kind of like foreshadowed it before the break that they have their comfortable agents, we should say, are a lot of the agents that are good on this map, and the UI is finally fixed. So Purdue is now blue side and Augustana is now red side. I don't think these hovers are actually what's going to happen.
Please,
if they are,
please no.
This is actually very interesting. A double controller comp, I think, is
would buy the
exactly
double
what
controller.
they need here.
I think that's gonna work out. Zekrom is hovering
Zekrom
everything.
is not
really.
playing Reyna.
We're trolling. We're trolling.
Be so for.
We're trolling. Surely.
I actually don't mind this comp.
Why are we on Breach?
I mind this comp. I mind this comp.
I mind everything. I mind everything that is going on.
I'm starting
right
to
now.
mind this comp.
They're trolling us. Surely.
Augustana is also scaring me because they have a clove, and every time I see a clove, I like the ranked brain just kind of goes into, here we go again, right? It's just a run it down comp, but. Okay. Double controllers are locked. So Allure and Zekrom have both locked in controllers. I think that's a great pick for this map.
I believe the Yoru was locked as well. I think we're just waiting on hope. The Jet on the Breeze is looking pretty good, especially in VCT these past few weeks. It's been opted to be played over like some of these other agents. I think the only other duelist we've seen is like maybe Phoenix, ironically, from KC. If you watch the KC Team Liquid game, it was one of the games of all time.
It was messy. But I also like this Yoru pick. The Breeze is definitely one of Yoru's best maps, even with the changes. He's been very, very good. There's a lot of lanes that you can do on Breeze where you can send his TP across the map and then just walk over to the other side. You can literally send it from the other side of the map and be able to teleport in the blink of an eye. You can teleport onto A immediately if you wanted to. And I think that having that, you highlighted the Phoenix that people have been playing, having a duelist that can also smoke is just another layer of protection for your team on a map that's as open as Breeze. I think it's perfect.
Absolutely, but taking another quick peek at this Augustana comp, we are going to see the Clove.
I don't like this.
Our ranked brains are being like, this is scary. I don't like this. Something's wrong.
Especially with how Lune was playing in the first map, being one of like the shooters alongside Quicks. They've put Zuri on the chamber who was playing the Sova. This is like a complete turnaround in terms of who these agents are.
I think pretty much every role has been switched up.
Except for Celery.
Except for Celery and Quicks. Pretty much every role has been switched up. We're
Hope,
gonna
though.
get right into it. Hope not quite able to find anything. As that's going to take him down.
He is going to land some kill or some damage onto them, but that's going to get healed up by Sky as Echo is in a very good lurk spot, but Quicks is just faster on the draw. One's already down as Allure takes down Quicks, but Celery. I mean, the whole team was there, but Celery is the one who picked up the kill. And now it's a 2 versus 4. Purdue have to retake the space.
Spike
So
planted.
Zekrom, Echo coming in from mid doors.
Poison's off.
They are going to have not every crosshair pointed at them, but pretty dang near all of them.
I mean, after those shots with the Ghost come out, Echo does have a Bandit.
I don't know that we've seen Purdue pick up the Bandit yet. But
I don't think we've seen them pick up a Bandit, but
Bandit kill.
What a time to start now.
The first
as a
annual
bird
Bandit
flies
kill.
across his face and blinds his own teammate. That gives Echo the time to pick up a second kill. He's going to pick up a third, but he's not able to pick up the fourth. Just barely the high-low. Not giving him enough time to pick up the final kill, but
A pretty
bit
good performance nonetheless.
a bit sloppy from Augustana. The bird flies past Echo's face, flashes himself, and I believe it was was it Quicks who was peeking
I
alongside?
believe so.
It was Quicks who was peeking alongside Nut, and they both just got blind by their own Sky Flash, and it gave Echo enough time to kill 2 of them. Luckily, the high-low gave Celery enough time to get the final kill, but it did end up as an Augustana win, so now we have the Spectres are back.
And we're going to see a bit of a weird Purdue play here. Just 5 stacking A right off the bat. They don't want anything to do with B, it seems.
Oh, Zuri's aware.
But
But Allure is just better on the trigger.
and nearly able to find another.
Celery does pick up the trade, but they know they're on site. Quicks is just going to crunch Hope. But they do have the numbers here as Kraken is going to pick up 1. Echo and Zekrom are still here. They only have classics, but from what we've seen so far, it's still not looking terrible as Echo is able to pick up another. They're just going 1 for 1, and that's not going to be enough as Zekrom is now left in a 1v2 against 2 Spectres when he only has a classic. The snake bite could be absolutely massive here. But it looks like he's just going to swing out into Lune, but he's able to land a kill. And now, in a 1 versus 1, the classic takes him down to 20 HP. 1 shot would be all it takes, a right click. Snakebite comes down. Oh, and he's just not able to get it to half.
And once again, not horrible from Purdue.
The shooting is so far.
I mean, they
it's
went into
getting
that
him
round with
close.
5 classics.
Yeah.
I don't think they got a kill that wasn't with a classic.
They only had classics. They weren't able to pick up the SMGs because they were getting traded out too much. But that was way closer than it needed to be for Augustana.
Absolutely.
And that's going to put them in a situation where they have to half buy against full rifles. And that's scary because we know Purdue is a snowballing team.
Yeah, Purdue may have lost those first 2 rounds, but we've seen their potential for counter snowballing.
It looks like Augustana want to take B, expecting an aggressive push out onto A, but Zekrom is just waiting for them. That's 3 already down. That's the whole push. As Quicks is able to take down Echo, but it's already lost. Hope's going to find the 4th, and Quicks is left in no man's land. Has to pick up the spike. As Hope might just swing out into him. He's going to spot him out. And that's going to give Purdue the all clear to push around. Quicks is going to land the kill. And how does he do that? As it's left in a 1v2 somehow. But Zekrom,
With 4 in the round. Quick's able to find 3, but
I mean, it was too many kills were given to Augustana. I mean, too many kills were given to Augustana.
just a few. That is going to be the
However-
Bladestorm online for Quicks.
With those kills, it appears to have activated their HUD. So now we can see everyone's loadout.
Yeah, that's exactly how that works.
Purdue win the round. Augustana Quick somehow gets a couple of kills, and now we can see the whole HUD. So
Yeah.
an absolute win here as Allure looks to get a little bit aggressive on A main. It's forced to back up as some mid-aggression might have Echo's Bandit tested once again. Oh, the head tap! It's not enough to get the kill, but Quicks has to be healed all the way back up.
That is one of the benefits of having this Sky here. You are going to be able to heal any chip damage you receive, but Hope still in this angle with the judge.
Yeah, Augustana are just going to back up. They want to hit B again, but Zekrom looks like a raid boss sitting on this B site.
Going up.
Quietly move around the map. They're holding for some aggression from Purdue, but Purdue don't need to move at all. There's not been enough noise. The dog is going to jump at the clone, and I don't think it's spotted. Echo, it did not, but Quicks, wow, blind, just going to turn his crosshair and take down Echo as Nut and Celery are going to take down 2 more. It's a 2 versus 2, or a 2 versus 4, or 5 actually. Take that back, it's about to be a 2 versus 4 as Hope gets a kill and a rifle. The judge is down, and it's been replaced by a Vandal. Although it is still a 2 versus 4, and Augustana have the whole site. So maybe something can happen here. Zuri is going to take the first of the 2. A little bit of a double peek coming out, and he's going to take the second.
So that'll be a 3rd on the board for Augustana. Purdue getting shut down pretty quickly there after that bonus. Augustana seemed very well drilled on this map so far, I have to say. They pretty much know exactly what they're needing to do at all times. The one round that Purdue win was pretty much just because Zekrom just fully unloaded as they were trying to exec.
And, I mean, I think it's still not, like, terrible for Purdue. It looks bad. Obviously, it looks bad because they're new to this. Echo's buying bandits. I don't think we've ever seen bandits bought from Purdue, but it's happening now as Quicks looks to get very aggressive. Zekrom's already going to take it down, but Echo and Hope are there to pick up trades. That's a numbers advantage for Purdue very early into this round. And now it's going to go quiet. Once again, Purdue don't need to get aggressive here as Echo almost catches Nut with a Sky Flash in his hand. Allure, though, tried to push up off that contact, but wants to back up. Doesn't want to give that numbers advantage away, and I think that's
Portal closed.
just great awareness from Allure. On a map that you're not familiar with, just playing to your macro, playing to your strength of numbers, it's going to be everything in this round.
So Augustana has full reign over this A site, and Kraken is going to hear them start to play it, which will start to draw these rotates over from Purdue.
Lune does have self-res,
No peeking.
so he's looking to get a little aggressive here, but the Dimensional Drift is going to spot everyone except the Sky. The Sky is on a crazy fast flank. Nut wants to get out, but Allure swings into the smoke. Hope able to take down Celery, and that's going to give Allure time to push this Clove,
And
who
it's
had
just down to
rezzed.
Nut.
And Allure,
able to make it happen.
the push into Lune's smoke at the perfect time, and because of the contact from the rest of the Purdue roster, they were able to take down Celery, and that gave Allure all the confidence in the world to push the self-res before Lune was able to get prepared for it. And then just another clean round for Purdue.
Yeah, I was a little bit doubtful after that third round where Augustana just looked so well drilled, but Purdue able to respond in pretty good fashion.
Yeah, and now it doesn't look like it. The UI's still kind of broken. We can see everyone's loadouts, but not quite. I promise you, Echo doesn't still have a bandit.
Not trust. He's just got a bandit. He's just that goated. He's making the bandit look like a vandal, even to us.
And Hope definitely doesn't have a judge as he looks to get a little bit aggressive with this Vandal, but Zuri is going to take down Kraken. And they're going to start rotating towards A. And there's not a soul defending that site. Quicks is going to get caught out here.
Oops.
So that's going to equalize the numbers, and with all but Echo's ult online,
My world.
well,
Spike
not before a
planted.
Viper's Pit gets put down on this spike. So it's looking a little bit more concerning for Purdue as they try to push back onto this objective. But Zuri just turns around there. Allure and Zekrom coming in through the spawn. Oh, but the double swing. Just enough to throw Nut off his game, and now it's a 4 versus 2. This Viper's Pit is looking a lot less menacing. He's just gonna
Especially as
swing
you
out
step
of it.
out of it.
And that's just going to be the other round down. All 4 of them. In a 4 versus 5, not a single player falls.
I mean, I'm in shock.
How do you fumble the bag that hard?
Yeah, it's really just off the back of Zuri just not being able to pick a fight.
Yeah,
Need a drop.
and just everything that ended up happening there was just
Thanks.
was perfect for Purdue. Zuri, like you said, had to turn around to look at these 2 players coming through spawn, got taken out by that double swing, and then Nut flashed, but it only flashed 1. Zekrom was able to swing out and save Allure, and then Celery just swings out of a Viper's Pit.
And like, even if we go back and we think about where those Augustana players were playing, they weren't in a position to trade any of each other.
No, half their players were sitting inside of a big smoke on the site. Nut was sitting behind a container, and Hope's already taken down the first player with an op. That's the lurk wall down. That's their way into A as Echo takes down. They're engaged, and now Kraken with Zuri.
Take flight.
The Viper's Pit's plugged up B. The Spike's down in mid. And it's a 5 versus 3, or 5 versus 2. As Augustana are in shambles.
Purdue look invincible right now. They look unstoppable. It's a 1v5. Nuts able to find Kraken. Allure
somehow.
looking a bit scuffed there, but Allure able to close out the round, giving Purdue the lead for the first time in this game.
And 4 players again walk away from that round. We can't see the economy, but we can see Allure's money. And seeing that Allure still has 5K in the pocket, that means that all of these other players, except for maybe who died that round? Was it Kraken?
I believe it was just Kraken, yes.
Okay, so Kraken might not have as good of an economy as the rest of them, but that's a big pile of credits that they're sitting on, and it's going to force Augustana already onto a timeout on their map pick.
And I mean, eventually, like, we can't quite fully see the economy, but eventually, you've got to wonder, is Hope going to want to pick up that op? Hope's a very good scoper.
He has the op. He killed someone with the op last round.
You're so right. I don't know what I'm saying.
He has the op already. He has the op. He saved the op. He has the credits in the tank, and now, after buying the op, he has already regained the money that he just used to purchase it. So now, in Augustana's map pick,
in absolute shambles here.
they have no money. They have a couple of big ults online. You can see the I believe it's Zuri and Nut. Both of their economies right now are live economy. We'll call it live economy. So we can see actively what they have. And so Zuri's going to have the Tour de Force. He is going to pop it this round because you can see that he has full armor in a classic. So we're expecting that operator to come out. And Nut has the Seekers, so they might try to do something a little bit aggressive here with weaker weapons. But you're face checking into a very, very lethal setup as Kraken, I believe, is already going to rip the Hunter's Fury. He just knows that this sight hit is coming. He's already ripped it, killed one, and taken Nut down to half HP. Echo's not able to land the first kill, but the spray is going to make Nut even lower. And since you're Sky, you can't heal yourself.
And that's Hope going to find Lene as well.
Look at this angle. Almost takes down Nut on the cross. Echo finds one. He's going to get traded out by the Tour de Force, but Zekrom is still here in a very awkward angle.
But Quicks, the Stinger on a close angle, just too much to handle.
Oh, but this op. He has to swing out into the Vandal. He's going to get taken down as Kraken is going to fall to Quicks. It's a 2 versus 1. Quicks is low. Has to swing into the smoke. Allure's aware of it, but Hope is going to be the one with the Blade Storm to clean up another round.
Not quite as clean as the previous, but Purdue again there, just looking unstoppable.
And that's a big ult down on Breeze. We know Purdue don't like operators, and when the only way for you to get an operator on this map is through that chamber, that's huge. That might not be a huge ultimate, so to speak, but for Purdue, that's an ultimate that you need out of here.
That's the boogeyman no longer under your bed.
Like, you do have Nut who can tell you what site is more open than the other one, but Purdue also have tools in their back pocket to be able to hit. I assume Echo has a Dimensional Drift again. You know Allure has that Cosmic Divide. The flash isn't gonna flash! He's gonna push, but Kraken's here. Echo's trading. The Seekers come out, but Allure's already gotten another.
Down A.
Zuri picks up a trade, but it's again a numbers advantage for Purdue. In an explosive round, Purdue again come out on top.
I mean, I have no words. Purdue is just making this look effortless.
On a map pick that you're not comfortable on a map pick that they picked against you, which means they have to be comfortable on this map. We've seen them have good macro and good engages onto the site. Like, look, they're already going to get back onto a site, but Purdue have just been showing up. They've been showing out and just shooting everyone in the face. To put it simply, they've been shooting everyone in the face.
I mean, yeah, there's not really another word for it.
They are going to deny the plant with the Astra Suck, and then with the stun! Allure, how in the world are you doing this?
And that's left with 30 seconds for Zuri to find at least one kill and get the spike down.
But the Jiggle Peek from Allure has spotted him out, and that's going to give Zekrom all of the knowledge to swing and finish him off, and 3 more players walk away from round 9. Completely healthy.
Purdue just absolutely clinical right now. I think the real difference between them and Augustana right now is Purdue. Like, yes, there was that huge explosive fight at the beginning, but Purdue's trading each other out. Augustana, they're really just taking a series of 1v1s.
Yeah, and you saw in that round, it got very aggressive at the start. Hope was on that A door line with the operator and did get pushed off, had to shoot a shot, and you saw Quicks try to capitalize, but Kraken's just there. He knows that he has to protect this operator because Hope is so good on it, and it just led to a snowball of deaths that gave Purdue an easy round to win. And now, Allure, so deep up A main, defending this operator, able to land one, able to land two. He is just on a roll.
Need that back.
And he pulls
the
back
recall.
the smoke. Allure, you can't be doing this. This is insane. Again, it's a 2 versus way too many people. A 2v5. 2v4, 2v3, it doesn't matter what it is. Purdue are just making the numbers always in their favor. They're forcing Augustana to just mess up.
Augustana here trying to make anything happen as they go up through top mid.
Zekrom,
He could
he's
get
not
caught out.
aware.
30 seconds left.
Oh, the shots are not on point. Lune's going to get that 25 over health, but I don't think he's going to take a fight with it. He's going to try. They do have the sight, but there's 3 players here already. Quicks is going to be able to take down 1, but there's an Odin and an Op. Those are big weapons, and I don't know if you have the tools to fight it. He's going to land the kill onto 1, but he has the spike, and he has to run.
But Echo.
Yeah, hi, Echo.
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 Echo. Okay, we're good.
All right,
Okay,
we're fine.
Okay.
He's just here. And again,
He's just hanging around.
this Op has not died. I'm pretty sure Hope is just sitting on a pile of money. Hope's probably buying rifles for everyone who dies. Like, all right, guys, can you stop dying for once? Like, I know I have the money for it, but just chill for a second.
And so Purdue, with this snowball that they've been able to build, not only over the course of this map, but the mental from previous as well,
Let's go.
they're just making Augustana look
Lost. Yeah, they look lost. As Echo is going to take her down, she's in the dog in the middle of the open. Quicks is going to take down Kraken, but you've lost your initiator. You've lost a big part of your way to get onto site. As Zekrom takes down Quicks in this. Okay, let's not overheat now. Zuri does land an equalizing pick, but Zekrom.
Got your fun spike down.
This is diabolical. He's gonna die, but Allure's there to pick him up. They are aware that Zuri is there. Maybe. Allure. Those shots are just
but
too perfect.
Celery is
Yeah, Celery's in Narnia.
yeah.
Hope's not aware of this, though. I think...
Hope
now
is
he is.
seemingly aware of it.
And now Hope's aware of it. Hope, get out of my ear. All right?
Did
Get
you,
off-
did
get
you
off
like
the
tap
comms.
into the stream somehow?
Like,
Did you,
get off the comms. We're on a 3-minute delay, okay?
Yeah.
Get off the comms, okay? But another round for Purdue where they walk away with Hope still alive. So
that's 7 in a row
where
for Purdue.
he's just had the op in his pocket this whole time.
Yeah, Augustana, they're going to be forced onto not the best buy for the last round of the first half of, once again, their map pick.
Map pick, and they've lost 7 in a row. And I believe we can't see it, but I think Zekrom is very close. Okay, he's not as close as I expected. But if they push this aggressively into him,
Hope,
Hope.
just going to find it.
oh
And Zekrom.
my! And the crossfire from Kraken. They just look lost. They look confused. Their aim is not on point. They're not playing together, and the shots are just landing.
Purdue,
Flawless round.
Switching sides.
Purdue, what did you do between
What did you
Monday
eat?
and today? You felt so unconfident just like 3 days ago, and now you're doing this.
They won. They might have 2-0'd the team on the NECC on Monday. It was like 9-13 and 8-13, which was it's a closer game. This time they're just full gas, no brakes, steamroll every single person in front of us. They have such a huge momentum shift. They have so much of the tempo of this game that it is forcing Augustana to make mistakes. They look shaken.
Yeah, if Purdue is able to win this pistol, I don't even want to know what Augustana will be feeling at that point.
Zuri already pushed off the TP line.
They just look so incredibly nervous. Meanwhile, Purdue just, again, looks absolutely clinical.
I like these purchases of the Bandits. We now are seeing it on Hope. But I want to talk about... Never mind. Echo.
Able to find it.
Echo is going to shut me up before I can even speak, as Zekrom might also land a kill. How are you doing that? Surely we see him and shoot him, right? Like, I'm not going to complain about free round wins, but come on now. Zuri misses the headshot. He's pinged. Tagged up through the box a little bit. Shots don't land, but he's tagged again. Surely, if these tags keep coming through, he's going to die at some point. As Zekrom, on the lurk, picks up another one in mid, and Hope with a Bandit.
And it's just left down to Celery once again, but Zekrom just in mid.
He just knows.
He just knows.
He's a knower.
And that's 3 on the round for Zekrom. 10 rounds for Purdue to Augustana's 3.
The
That's
amount of
9
rounds
in a row.
The amount of rounds they've won in a row is off the screen. It's off the screen. They have won so many rounds in a row. Augustana are forced to half buy, and they just lost.
Augustana, it's not even so much anymore about how Purdue looks so much better. Augustana, they just look nervous. They look scared.
It's where the confidence came in from Purdue. As Hope. Oh, he knows Quicks is in this corner. Quicks just dashed into this corner. He has no way out. Kraken has
Noted. He's able to find Zuri.
Hope's able to find Quicks. He might find Celery. Celery has to run.
And it's a 5v2. Spike's not even down yet. B-side's completely free.
Zekrom is on such a late lurk around the corner. He doesn't know where Lune is, but I don't think it matters. It's a 5v1. Kraken has an Odin in the second round.
I'm speechless.
Zekrom just knows things. How does he know?
Someone check his PC. It's happened 2 rounds in a row. Someone go check it.
This is insane. This is a map that we expected to be so much closer. This is a map that we expected the confidence to be the other way. This is the map that we expected Purdue to struggle on, and they are showing up harder than they showed up on their own map pick.
I have no words to describe
The Sky bought an Ares.
beauty of a performance that Purdue is putting on right now.
I don't know how to describe. If any of you are new here, Purdue have not played Breeze. They just haven't played it.
They've had it as their usual second ban for the entire season. And Echo's just gonna find Zuri just for free.
There's just, like, the Sky has an Ares. Okay, cool. Allure Allure is a knower. Allure is a knower. Everyone on this team just knows too much.
Blocking vision.
They're gonna get on this site for free. Allure's there to clean up the kill. A 2v5 on what's gonna take Purdue to map in series point.
For a team,
Oh my! Through the wall.
for a team that was so not confident in their calling on Breeze, they just know so much. Their map sense is off the charts.
The macro, the gunplay, the team fighting from Purdue is on another level.
I don't know that I've ever seen Purdue play this well. And this is, again, on a map that they were not
They don't
confident in.
play. They weren't confident on. Literally Monday, they were like, you know what? We don't play Breeze. We would want to play Breeze, but it's just we're not confident on the calls just yet, right? We want to kind of get we want to get better at the calls. Okay.
And now they
3
put
days
themselves,
later.
they put themselves in a situation where they have 9 rounds in a row to find 1.
They are. And it's not even the fact that one player is doing better than everyone else. This whole roster is just destroying this Augustana team.
They've already found the opening pick. Zekrom has found celery. Look how spread out these Augustana players are as Echo finds the one in B Heaven. Or in mid.
And it is a 1v4 for the game. It's left just down to quicks.
Who's next? Here comes the dimensional drift. Let's just take a second to calm
And he
down.
finds him. Knows where he's at, and Echo.
Did he just come out of a dimensional drift and hip fire him with an outlaw?
He did indeed. Purdue taking map 2. Augustana's map pick. 13-3.
I have no words. There's no way to describe what I just watched.
It was perfect.
It was a diff. It was a gap on all fronts. On all fronts.
The only way it could have been better is if Purdue won that first pistol, and they just
did it the whole time.
Yeah.
The only reason they lost rounds is because they lost pistol. So they had to build up the economy. And once they built up the economy, it was over. The game was over. They won, what was that, 11 rounds in a row again?
Yeah.
Like,
Purdue, they didn't even give Augustana a chance. Augustana looked so scared of this Purdue team. It wasn't just, oh, they're having an off day. No, they were actively avoiding fights.
yeah, and it wasn't just the fact that they were scared. You saw on the minimap, they were so spread out. They had a player going through top mid. They had a player going through their spawn. They had a player going through B-Link. And they were so spread out that Purdue, they were just able to find trades. When you only have one person taking a fight and you have the entire rest of Purdue who are so close to each other, they're playing off each other so well, it just makes it impossible to win.
Yeah, I'm going to be a little bit disrespectful here. And I'm sorry, Augustana players, if you're watching. It looked like a team of ranked players. It looked like, okay, I'm going to queue up. Oh, I got Breeze. Let me pick whatever Asian I'm going to play. Let me throw on Clove. And then let me just play. I'm not really going to communicate with my. They just looked so ununified as a team. And then Purdue's over here coming a masterclass. And they just can't compare.
Yeah, the rounds that Augustana got their economy back, they finally had the weapons to do something. They just got shut down so early. They tried to do something. We saw it in one of the early rounds where Hope had an op and was holding the mid line through A door, and it looked like he was going to get pushed out. Kraken's just there. He's so their team play is just grown so much in the start of the season to now. It's night and day. It's not even night and day. I don't know how to describe the complete tonal shift that this team has had, but it's in a whole nother plane of existence.
Absolutely. And just thinking about how this is like week 4 or 5.
Yeah.
There's still so much more Valorant left to play this semester. There's still so much more time for this team to grow. The future of this team looks fantastic.
It genuinely, like, I don't think I've been this excited for the future of, like, just right now. Like, we're popping off right now, but we've seen consistent growth from this team every single time that they show up to play, and it's just getting better and better and better. And who knows? We have playoffs that are showing up at, like, we're still in the group stage. We haven't even gone to playoffs yet. Last semester, we didn't even make it to playoffs. We lost at the gates. We had to, like, this is a complete different team.
And so, just, again, going into the future, you've got to think, okay, we've got a Corrode that we're really well drilled on. We're really confident on that map. Even if we've lost it a couple times in the past, we've shaken it off, and we're still really confident on it. So roughly the same with Haven. Apparently, our Breeze is fantastic. Pearl, we look great on. The map pool, I don't think could be better for us right now.
Yeah, and the maps are just opening up. We're slowly seeing what Purdue can do on these maps, because normally we ban them, right? Now, all of a sudden, we got the chance to see what Purdue can do on Breeze. Now what? What if Purdue get a different map that they don't play?
What if we take a look at Abyss? We've seen the bind a few times.
Like, what about Split? What about Abyss? What can they do on maps just based on confidence? Because if they're doing this off of pure confidence, what happens when they learn that? Well, what happens when they master the map?
Yeah, what happens when they come up with these set plays? What happens when they're not just doing things off the cuff?
That's exactly why the future and the entire season is looking like a complete upward trend. It's looking like it's going to be an absolute trip to be on this Purdue roster.
And so, if you haven't already, please do not make sure to miss another one of these Purdue games. There is not a single thing that you want to miss. You want to be here every week, every single Monday, usually Saturdays. Again, today was a bit weird. It got rescheduled because of Valentine's Day.
And I think Monday might also be rescheduled. We haven't gotten confirmation on it or not because normally the NECC games are on Monday, but because there's a lot happening on Monday, I believe the NECC game is going to be rescheduled on Monday. So we will have that on a different day. But make sure to tune in next week because we have more NECC, we have more CVAL, we have more Purdue Gold showing up and showing out. But as for today and as for right now, this is Valor at Purdue signing off.